Okay, on this leaflet you can see the walk that I'll be doing today. You can get these leaflets from tourist places and stuff like that. Probably get them in Denbigh Library. And what it is, it's the Denbigh Town Trail, as you can see there. And this is the map. This is the route I'm going to take today. I'm going to start off the car park and I'm going to follow the directions of the town trail. And I'm going to end up in the castle. The complete trail heads off down to Vale Street, but I won't be doing that section because I've got a separate video of Vale Street and also of the town walls. And on the side, some of the places that I'm going to feature in the video. So, let's get going. Okay, this is the start of the walk. I'm in the car park and it's a bit of a drizzly day, so I'll be dodging the showers, I think. Now then, according to the leaflet, it says to make your way to the back row is by the Eagles, which is there. It cuts through between the White Line and the Eagles, but I'm making my way up this way. It's Rosemary Lane. You can see there, narrow lane. And it leads up to the high street, and I just turn left and I can make my way back to the back row. But the reason I'm going this way is just I'll explain why it's called Rosemary Lane. In the olden days, farmers used to drive their animals down this lane to market, and after the animals have gone through, to freshen it up, used to sprinkle rosemary, and that's why it's called Rosemary Lane, which leads onto the high street, which is the main centre and the busiest part of Denbigh. You see there, Rosemary Lane. Or Lawn Rosemary. Lawn is lane in Welsh. So this is the high street, the busiest part of Denbigh town. And I'm heading down that way, which is the back row. Which, as its name suggests, it runs parallel with the high street, but at the back. And the golden and the white. And I'll show you where I would have come out according to the leaflet. Where I would have come out by the Eagles, the old Eagles pub, which is just here. That's where I would have come out. But I made a bit of a detour just to show you Rosemary Lane. And in the back row you can see Shop Clwyd, and that timber framing dates back to 1533, so it makes it one of the oldest shops in Wales. That's Shop Clwyd in the back row. Okay, carrying on, and on my left is the Glass Onion Cafe, which is one of the places where you can get a key to the town walls. You can also get it from the library and the castle, but I'll talk about that a bit later. Okay, heading back onto the high street again, and this is Crown Square, and in front of me there is the Angel, the War Memorial. This is back on the high street again. I'll just show you the Angel. Now that's not its original position. I'll show you, I'll cross the road if I can without getting run over, and I'll show you its original position. Get danger money for this. Okay, its original position, the Angel, was here. But many years it got moved. So yeah, that's the Angel War Memorial. Another look at High Street. And as you can see there, that's the Denbigh Library. Which was originally built as a Shire Hall in 1572. Hope you can hear me. And this is the Henry Morton Stanley statue. Bit controversial. Famously met Dr. Livingstone. And he held out his hand and said, "Dr. Livingstone, I presume." So yeah, that's the library and the Henry Morton Stanley statue. And as you can see, traffic building up here now. I did say it was the busiest part of Denbigh. So I'm heading on to Broom Hill Lane. That's my next port of call. Okay, just heading on to next to the old vaults. And as you can see, the key to the castle. Could be the key to the castle, or there could be a key to the town walls. But anyway, turn left. And I'm now entering Broom Hill Lane, which links the castle to the town. Contains some snazzy artwork, even snazzy manhole covers. Pretty steep as well. That is Temple Bar Square. But I'm actually on Broom Hill Lane, which leads me to Burgess Gate, which was one of the openings of the town walls. There was just two, the Burgess Gate and the Exchequer Gate, which that doesn't exist now. This is steeper than it looks. Anyway, Burgess Gate coming into view there. And there's the impressive Burgess Gate, built between 1282 and 1294. And as I said, it was one of the, well, it was one of the openings, one of the two openings, entrances or gates through the town walls. And you can see here, you can see the groove where the portcullis was, and also the murder holes, as they were called, where they poured boiling oil and stuff like that. You see there, that's the groove for the portcullis. So yeah, this is Burgess Gate on top of Broom Hill Lane. Alright, alright.
How are you doing? Alright?
Yeah, fine, okay. Yeah, not bad. And you can see, just come through Burgess Gate to the left onto Leicester Terrace, which in a few seconds you'll get some pretty good views of Middle Denbigh, heading towards Leicester's Church, which I'll explain about a bit later. And there's the views of, well, Lower and Middle Denbigh really come into view. Got the Graig Quarry, the back there. And that's Middle Denbigh, Lower Denbigh and Upper. Split into three Denbigh, Lower, Middle and Upper. Mainly what you can see from here is, well, actually you can see a bit of Lower, Middle and Upper. So there's Denbigh, Denbigh Town. And in front of me there is, or what would have been, Leicester's Church. Building began in 1578 by Robert Dudley, but it was never finished. You can look it up, or you can look up my video. I've done a video, I think I've done a couple of videos of this place explaining exactly why it was never finished. You can see there's a plaque here which explains a bit about it. And also you see, oh dear, gate all locked up. Is that going to stop me getting in? I don't think so. So this is, or what would have been, Leicester's Church. But as I explained earlier, it was never finished. They started building it, but it was never finished. And if you want to know why, check out my video. And just leading down from Leicester's Church is the entrance to part of Denbigh Town walls, of what remains today. And these Denbigh Town walls is the most complete medieval town walls in Britain. This is one of the entrances. There's two, as you can see. It's all locked up. Gives you a bit of info there. But you can obtain the key from either the Glass Onion Cafe, the library, or Denbigh Castle. You just pay a deposit of a £5, which is £5 to my overseas watchers, £5, and then they give you the key, and then you can get it back. You just take your key back, and then you get your deposit back. And just in case I never mentioned it, part of the Denbigh Town walls is a place called the Goblin Tower. And I might not have mentioned that it's haunted. The Goblin Tower is actually haunted, but I don't think I've ever mentioned that. And just a bit higher up from Leicester's Church is St Hilary's Chapel, or what's left of it. It was built in 1300 and it once had a nave, a chancel, a north aisle and a west tower, but by the Victorian era it was in a very bad state of repair, and the churchgoers had a decision to make. Do they go ahead with the repairs, or do they build a new church? And what they decided to do was build a new church, which was St Mary's in Lenton Pool, and I'll show you that now. So that's St Mary's, which replaced St Hilary's Chapel. St Mary's opened in 1875, and all but the tower of St Hilary's was demolished in 1923. And this is all that remains of it today, is just the tower. Just show you the front of it. So that's it, and it did, like I said earlier, it did extend back that way, and I'll show you where it's been bricked in. Is there? You see that? You make out that there. But you can see it's been filled in. And from St Hilary's is Denbigh Castle. Castell Denbigh Castle, and it's getting a bit drizzly now too, so I will pause here, give me a chance to clean the lens. That's Denbigh Castle. So this is it, this is the end of, well, the end of my Denbigh trail, which is Denbigh Castle, Castell Denbigh, highest point of Denbigh Town. Perfect place to build a castle. Now the leaflet of the Denbigh Trail does suggest now you make your way past St Hilary's and Leicester's Church, head down Bull Lane and on to down Vale Street, but I won't be doing that because I have done just pretty recently actually a separate video of Vale Street, so if you're interested you might want to look at that. So yeah, this is the highest point of Denbigh Town. There's looking over to Upper Denbigh. And to be fair, this Denbigh Trail really has just scraped the surface of what you can see in Denbigh. The listed buildings and places of historic interest and what have you. If you're interested in Denbigh Town, check out my videos. Denbigh vids /WXPM. They're all there for you if you're interested. So that's it, that's the end of my Denbigh trail. Thanks for joining me, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again.